The Central Bureau of Investigation has filed a 636-page charge sheet reconstructing the final hours of Twisha Sharma, accusing husband Samarth Singh and mother-in-law Girbala Singh of subjecting her to sustained mental cruelty and abetting suicide. The CBI constructed the last minutes of Twisha's life. According to charge sheet, Twisha was messaging and calling up her close family to tell about a desperate situation. She told one of them, let me die in peace. In another case, she spoke to her father and mother and spoke about how there was increasing aggression and violence by Samarth. Very, very distressing details that seem to be emerging at this point. I'm being joined by Dr. Charu Wali Khanna, who's a women's rights lawyer, former member of the National Commission for Women. Let me just straight up ask you this one simple question, ma'am. Distressing details that are emerging, but these are not one-off cases.
Absolutely, it's distressing, but the fact is that you cannot change the post-mortem report. But definitely the prosecution has a very important role because they're going to cross-examine the doctors. And in that cross-examination, some things may come out which will prove that this is not an ordinary case of cruelty and dowry death, but it's definitely a case of murder. The CBI has, because of the lacuna in the post-mortem report, the CBI has filed a charge sheet on grounds of cruelty and dowry death also. So they have a watertight case because mental cruelty, there are not too many marks of physical assault on her body, from what it appears to me. And mental cruelty is a very important part of cruelty, which has been recognized by the law, that a woman who's constantly, a married woman who's constantly subjected to mental cruelty, it amounts to harassment and falls under, which was 498A earlier, but now 85, 86 of the BNS. Now, regarding mental cruelty, you see these things happen within the own home, within four walls. So it's a little difficult to prove, but it's very important that to prove that the cruelty must be constant. There should be some kind of public humiliation, false accusations, insults, character assassination. Now, how are you going to prove this? Now, these things, because in criminal law, they need proof beyond reasonable doubt for any kind of conviction. That's why you see that the conviction rate is very low in gender-based violence. But in this case, the CBI has specifically got the call records, her SOS messages to her parents, the phone calls. Even I remember last when this issue was blown up, there was a friend and she said she met her in the park and the husband was circling, so she was scared to talk to her. So that sense of alienation is also part of mental cruelty, and that girl will testify. So the fact that they filed a 600 some odd charge sheet, that means it must be having all the relevant evidences, the witnesses, all the technical data and the digital records. So I think that's a very important thing. And, the court is going to now judge it according to the social status, because the cruelty must be constant. It's important that the cruelty and humiliation must be constant. If one odd you make a taunt that, you're not looking good or khana acha nahi banaye, that's very typical Indian mentality. And who are the judges? We are living in a patriarchal society and our judges are a part of it.
True. Miss Charu, there's also another angle to this, and it's important to understand this as well. There's also this angle of how she wanted to terminate her pregnancy. And that seemed to have unfolded another chapter of violence and pressure, at least from what's emerging from the charge sheet. A distressed relationship, and then wanting to terminate her pregnancy, eventually doing that, and that creating further complications. What must one do in cases such as this?
See, we all know that society does not support women, and the judges who are going to judge the case are very much a part of this patriarchal society, because any time an incident happens, whether it's a case of harassment, cruelty, or any other gender-based violence, the society, in fact the parents, they're the first one who say कि तुमने कुछ किया होगा, तुमने कपड़े ठीक नहीं पहने होंगे, तुम ही घर पे क्यों लेट गई. Similarly, when the girl rings up her parents, a very typical parent response in India, 99%, it's very sad, they'll say, adjust karo. शादी में तो ये होता रहता है. And it's on record, the judges also say that where the girl, when there's a case of dowry death and there's a conviction and then there's an appeal and then it goes to Supreme Court, they say she could not bear the wear and tear of daily matrimonial life. That is our thinking. Daily wear and tear of daily matrimonial life means abuses, constantly being humiliated. If you cannot tolerate it and you find release in suicide, then that's your problem. And this girl is not alive today, so she's not going to be there to depose what happened to her. So it's only the evidences that they have collected which are going to talk on her behalf.
You know, there's also this angle about what's emerging of the last messages, you know, let me die in peace, sent to her sister-in-law according to the charge sheet, calling her mother and father again. This is like within 1 hour of her dying by suicide. You know, when you get messages like this, it's not necessarily that you would immediately stand up and take note of it.
No, absolutely. In fact, it's not that this is the first time. She has made distress calls to her parents before also. I mean, I'm sorry to say we cannot absolve them of the responsibility. She's made distress calls to her parents before also, and at this point of time, what she was saying, I mean, is a girl.
She's talking about how the violence and aggression is only aggravating.
Has aggravated and has become intolerable, unbearable. How much can a person take? And if you see, there's some kind, not only a social alienation which has taken place by her in-laws and her husband, there's also a kind of a mental brainwashing which is bringing her to the point of suicide. Because before I had seen a video, it emerged that these three people are climbing up the stairs and then they come down or something. So they have kind of brainwashed her कि तू मर जा, तू मरी भी हमारे लिए अच्छी है, तेरे माँ बाप.
We are speculating that. That's not come out anyway. We're speculating it. But you know, Miss Charu,
it's important to
Miss
speculate
Charu,
because, sorry.
Every time we have this discussion, because I'm almost at the end of it, I want to maybe 10 seconds just to women, to families that are listening to this. That one sentence, 2 sentences you want to leave with them.
Support your daughter. Bring her back home the first time she even mentions that there's any kind of abuse or any kind of violence.
Right.
And if the parents don't agree, tell all those women whose parents don't care and they care more for the money that they spent on your wedding, go to the police immediately. Record or call 100 number.
Ms. Charu, thank you so much for joining us.